you all will be very happy to know that we are recording. It took me like 12 tries just now to get it to record. So here we are. Okay, we are entering a new chapter. So here is a very startling fact for you. We are 15 school days away from winter break and 11 school days away from final exams. Way to be a downer on a Monday morning. Okay, here we go. So, you guys already had a preview of this before break, and so this should be a review for us. So, we are simplifying rational expressions. So, before we start simplifying them, does anyone know what a rational expression is? Aside from an expression that is rational, I get that all the time. And I know a lot of you are thinking that, so what is it exactly? No takers. Okay. It is a fancy word for fraction. It is a fancy fraction. Okay. So, we're starting out easy. We are simplifying rational expressions. So we all have simplified fractions before. The only difference is that now we are meshing polynomials into these fractions as opposed to just numbers. Okay, so here's how we're doing this. So if we look at this first one, we basically want to combine all of the variables that have the same base. Okay, and then we have two coefficients there. We have 18 and we have 12, so we want to reduce those. If it was just 18 over 12, what does that reduce to? What number goes into both 18 and 12? 6. Okay, good. So if we divide by 6 backwards, what do we get for the numbers piece of this? 3 over 2. Okay, good. Now, if we have 1a on the top and 4 a's on the bottom, so everybody imagine what that looks like. 1a on the top and 4 on the bottom. The things that match, there's 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. So we're left over after canceling them with how many? What? A to the third. Okay, so there are 3 left and they're on the bottom. So it's a to the third. So another way of looking at that is that the top one has an invisible exponent of 1, so we can subtract the exponents. So 1 minus 4 is negative 3. So negative 3, that means it's on the opposite side, in this case, the bottom. Okay, so then with the b's, if we have 6 b's on the top, 5 b's on the bottom, how many are left after we cancel out all that match? Where? What? 1 on the top. Good. So 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay, how about c to the 4th over c squared? That reduces to what? C squared, and it's on the top. Questions on that? Okay. So that's the end of that one. You guys all right? Tired. Okay, yeah, we're a little more quiet. It's nice. I'm not inviting you all to get super loud. Okay, here we go. Z squared plus 10z plus 16 over z squared minus 64. Okay, so we want to factor the numerator, factor the denominator, and then, again, cross out anything that matches in the numerator and denominator. So can anybody, okay, z squared plus 10z plus 16 and z squared minus 64, do either of those factor? And if so, how? Okay, so Marcy's going like this, true. That's, elaborate.
Well,
which one, top or the bottom?
The top one. The top one
Okay.
is the diamond and the bottom is a difference of 2 squared.
Okay, so if we factor difference of 2 squares, z squared minus 64, how does that factor? Marcy, you remember?
It's z plus 8 and z minus 8.
Good. And z minus 8. Everybody give it up for Marcy. Okay. Now, in the top one, z squared plus 10z plus 16, if I'm using the diamond on that, what do I do? What number goes where? And somebody walk me through that. Okay, Rachel.
This is 2 on the top.
Good.
And 10 on the bottom.
Cool.
And then you would do the 158 and 2.
Good.
And then you put the z over them.
Good.
Plus 8
z plus 8 times z plus 2. Okay, everybody give it up for Rachel. Okay, and now we're looking for anything that matches in the numerator and denominator. So anybody see anything that matches? Z plus 8, what happens to them? Josephine.
Cancel them out.
Good, and we're left with what?
Z plus 2 on the top and Z minus 8 on the bottom.
All right, cool. Everybody give it up for Josephine. Now, since we are canceling stuff out that matches, I can just cancel out these z's, and I'm left with 2 over negative 8, which reduces to negative 1/4, right? No? Why not?
Because
Okay. Think of that invisible parentheses around each of those. They don't match. They're each their own unit. Okay, so then, is this our final answer? Yes. Questions? We only have 2 more examples. Then we're done. Okay. F cubed plus G cubed over 3 times 3F plus 3G. So, anything that can be factored here, either numerator or denominator. What do we think? Ashley?
The numerator can be, I don't know what it's called somewhere, so you have A plus B.
That's good, right. So this is the sum of cubes. Do you wanna do it?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
So, F cubed is F.
Uh-huh.
So, F plus G.
Good. So F plus G. Go
And
ahead.
then A squared would be F squared.
Uh-huh.
Plus AB. No, minus AB, which is FG.
Uh-huh.
Plus B squared, which is B squared.
Excellent. Everybody give it up for Ashley. All right. On the bottom, 3F plus 3G, is there anything that can be factored there? Kendra? The what? 3. And when we factor 3 out, we're left with what? F plus G. Excellent. Everybody give it up for Kendra. Okay. Anything that matches that we can cancel out? The F plus G. So somebody tell me what my final answer is. Marcy.
F squared minus FG plus G squared over 3.
Cool. Everybody give it up for Marcy. All right. How are we doing on questions? Relatively easy? Okay. Let's do one last one and then we are done. This one's really easy as well, but there's a little trick to it. So, again, factoring x squared plus x minus 6. Anybody have any idea how we might go about factoring something like x squared plus x minus 6? Okay, Jade? Good. So in the top goes what?
Negative 6.
Good.
Positive 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be 6 and 1. So it would be a positive 6.
Okay, does 6 minus 1 give you positive 1?
Never mind.
No. Okay, everybody give it up for Jade. Taylor? 3 and negative 2. Cool. Everybody give it up for Taylor. Okay, then we bring down the x squared and distribute it to here and here, so we get x plus 3 times x minus 2, and it's all over 2 minus x. All right. So this is, you guys tell me, can I cancel out the x minus 2 and the 2 minus x? No. How many people said, clap if you think that you cannot cancel out the x minus 2 and the 2 minus x? Okay. Clap if you think you can. Clap if you're not really sure. Clap if you don't really care. Nice. Okay, Kendra. Right, true. Right. 2 minus 5 is what?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. But 5 minus 2 is positive 3. They're not exactly the same, but everybody think for a second. Is there maybe a way that we could morph one of them so that it equals the other? Rachel?
You take out a negative on the bottom.
Good. If we take out a negative 1, what happens to the sign of each of these? They change. So this becomes negative 2 plus x, which when we put it in descending order, that's the same thing as x minus 2. Oh my. This morning I called Chris Ponce. I called him Prince. I'm very tired as well. I woke up this morning around
take 5.
It's like 3:45. We should take 5. We're actually almost done. And then couldn't go back to sleep. My mind started going. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so we're left with x plus 3, x minus 2 over negative is the same thing as -1 over x minus 2. So what cancels out? Now the x minus 2's cancel out, and we're left with, we can bring this negative up here. It's the same thing as x plus 3 over -1, but we can also just leave the negative in the front of the parentheses, or if you want to actually distribute it, you can also say negative x minus 3. Either of those work just fine. Questions? Yes, Stacy.
That's only if it's over -1.
If there's a negative somewhere left in there, yes.
At the bottom.
Yeah, yeah, bottom or top, either one. Okay. Other questions? Okay, there's your homework. Everybody go and write it down and get out a book.